and welcome our final slammer to the stage, Biz. That's all right for you.
Do you think the pigeons in Islington look down on the ones from Piccadilly Gardens who, hardened by the concrete plot, scoff on sick and haven't got a full set of toes? Or am I pigeonholing the avian Islingtonians as obnoxious new Mancunians, tarring them all with the same brush, branding them homogeneously posh because they nest in the M4 postcode? Surely, though, you've noticed how the pigeons are different. It can't just be their diet. Although it is a flex to get to peck on pollen sourdough without the need to buy it, I'm undecided if the central flock have ever even tried it. I reckon they have to be invited, because if looks are anything to go by, these birds are divided. They might all fly in the same sky, but there are no flights of fancy over Great Ancoat Street, which seems to me to be the boundary of squab society, delineating the downtrodden and often trodden on from the urban bird elite. But who decided which kit got what bits of the city? Well, a little bird told me that our footless friends of Piccadilly were deemed too ugly by UAE investors when they furtively funded council plans for the new Islington development. Deemed a feathered deterrent to the intended creative class of resident, the pigeons were ousted by the council at some oil baron's insistence. Swathes of evictions sparked out of season migration for families of pigeons who'd been at the marina for generations. The unjust relocation to Piccadilly pastures new, made palatable by the title Urban Regeneration, when really it was a means to displace them, to make room for the Columbity bourgeoisie and their disposable income. And this all happened at a rate so rapid that the new neighbourhood is less organic than the bread served at the fledgling cafes. Fast-paced change has created a piecemeal place with a space allocated to make the most money. Rubbing a separatist underbelly, the urban design focused on the few, not the many. And to really squeeze out the pennies, they designated the creation of community space as low priority, a choice that leaves paltry places for distinct groups to gather and makes their hanging out together more difficult than ever. It extends the existent loss of hubs, as most pigeon pubs didn't survive the last bird flu infestation. It's a choice that limits the potential for connection and perpetuates segregation. So if the birds have decided to engage in tribalism, I don't blame them. Since that first appearance-based decision, they've had to live in constant competition. Spurred on by suspicion, they only relate in opposition. They don't see what is, they only see what isn't. If, in the face of capitalism, the pigeons have forgotten their communion, then who are we to judge them? Are we any different? Thank you.
Okay, some words to describe what you just heard. Soaring. What was that at the back?